Well, Buffy fans, I finally watched the episode Hush and the episode Doomed, which are episodes 10 and 11 of season 4 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This one in particular, Hush, was an episode that was teased to me several times going into my Buffy journey. I did not know when this episode happened, and so I was pleasantly surprised when it did happen because it unfolded in a way that I was not expecting. And I'm so excited to talk about this and the following episode, Doomed, because honestly, so much happens. And I'm glad that in my current Buffy Angel tandem watch, the watch order that I'm following right now recommended I watch 10 and 11 back to back of Buffy. I have been doing alternating episodes up to this point, so it was nice to kind of just get back into Buffy and only watch that for a night. And so that's what I'm here to talk about. Many of you have been waiting for me to get to these episodes, so let's waste no more time. Anytime we start off with a Buffy dream sequence, we know it's about to get serious. This one in particular involved kissing Riley and some weird creepy little girl. But the kissing Riley did come to pass very shortly after. So you could say it was an omen. Now, I'm really liking this Spike lives in Giles' house era, like the Spike Giles roommate era. I think it's hysterical, and I do hope it continues because there's a lot of comedy gold there. And rest in peace, Anthony Head. He's just a joy to watch. I will always love Giles, and I'm very, very sad about Anthony Head's passing, as are many of you. But we're going to speak on the character, not really the actor, in these videos, okay? I think it's hysterical that Anya considers Xander her orgasm friend. I'm going to start using that in my everyday vernacular. I think it's very funny. Spike's one-liners are iconic. Specifically the one that he said to Xander this time, "You're a nummy treat." That's also entering my everyday vernacular. So thank you, Spike, for that. I wrote in all caps in my notes here, why is everyone's souls being taken in the night by the spindly Joker skeleton dude? Let me tell you right now. I called them the floating butlers. There was something so deeply horrifying about the entities in this episode that the last time I had chills going down my spine in this manner was while watching Doctor Who. And there's a couple of different creatures in Doctor Who that gave me a similar, like, oh my god feeling. One being the Weeping Angels, another one being the Ood, I think they're called. Although those ended up kind of being nice later on, but still creepy at the beginning. And then some of the other, like, creatures that sort of, like, take away your memory, like, there have been some similar vibes on Doctor Who, and this kind of reminded me of that, but there was a much more sinister kind of horror element, like the smiles and the floating was really weird. And then they had those creepy, I'm calling them the interpretive dancers in the straitjackets. Thank God for them, because had they not been around acting like a fool around those floating butlers, I would have been genuinely too scared to watch. But they were so silly looking, they were so silly goofy that I was like, okay, this is a little bit silly goofy, but also very fucking scary. I don't fuck with this at all. I do not fuck with this at all. This is one of my besties' like favorite episodes of Buffy. He's a big horror fan. If you're watching, friend, you know who you are. I get why he liked this episode. I was like, oh, okay, this is all making sense. When I was watching it, I was like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. Okay, when none of them could talk, it was like a minute or two into no one being able to speak that I was like, oh, this is the no dialogue episode. This is the episode. So it's not completely no dialogue, but it's like mostly no dialogue because no one could speak. The Ursula curse, if you will. And I was very excited in my notes about the first real Riley Buffy kiss with the swelling music. Yes, I do support it. The musical score in particular in this episode, because no one was speaking, was used so effectively. I love a musical score. I'm a musical score girl. I am obsessed with music in TV and movies and how it's used to like heighten emotion and accentuate a moment. And expertly done in this episode. It's so effective. It's so beautiful. I'm like, man, I wish they did more musical scoring like this in other Buffy episodes because it's so effective. I thought the Giles Scantron slideshow with the drawings was so funny and so cute. And I'm glad I saw this episode before Anthony had passed because that image was floating around the internet like quite a lot, but I actually knew the reference when I saw it. So, made me sad. But yeah. Um, Now, Buffy and Riley seeing each other during the fight was a moment that I've been waiting for because they can't keep like not having any clue that the other one is kind of sus. Like there has to be a moment sometime soon where they kind of get to know the real happenings of this other person, and we're leading up to that point, which I find is very exciting. I have another note saying Xander beating up Spike because he thinks he fed on Anya was like, yeah, real of him. It did look like that. Get his ass. I mean, you're gonna lose, Xander, but like, get his ass. But I guess he's not gonna lose because Spike can't do fucking shit. He can't even. I didn't realize during this like whole curse thing he's got on him. It's not even a curse. It's like whatever they did to him to prevent him from being able to hurt anyone. It's not even just biting. Like he can't even swing a weapon at someone. Hilarious. I think it's so funny. They've nerfed the fuck out of him in a funny way. Willow and this other witch girl I said joining hands to move the vending machine. Like I said, hashtag noticing Willow and that other witch having vibes, connecting with each other over their witchy powers. I'm like, yeah, I could headcanon this to suit my narrative for sure. I could work with this. Happy Pride. The head explosion effects were giving butternut squash. It was very much we're like, oh, this is like a The Boys moment, right? I was like, oh, it's like, whoa, okay. I did love the end where it was like they can talk again, but then Riley is confronting Buffy and he's like, we need to talk. And then it's silence, and then the episode ends. Perfect. This episode, cinema. Like from start to finish, horror, thriller, cinematic vibes. I understand why it's a fan favorite. It's fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Doomed, which is episode 11. Is this the first time we've gotten a confirmation of like what star sign Buffy is? Because she says she's a Capricorn on the cusp of Aquarius at the beginning of this episode. I'm like, oh, clocked her. That also makes sense. I thought it was funny that Riley, given his whole background, has no idea who a Slayer is. Like, hello. I said them not properly communicating what the other does and then needing time to process. I said, boys and girls, if you do not use your words. This like miscommunication trope drives me crazy. But Riley is a series regular now. He's in the title card. He's front and center. He's here to stay. We love to see it. I think it was funny when Spike tried to hit Xander with a pipe and he physically couldn't do it. Again, the running gag of him not being able to hurt anyone works for me. Earthquake, always a bad omen, right? We find out later that the Hellmouth is back in play again, which I was wondering if they were going to bring that back up. And they do. We're going to get to that. Spike in the Hawaiian shirt and shorts was so funny. He was a little too close to Xander for my liking, because I'm like, well, you can't hurt him, so why does it look like the two of you are about to kiss? Like, leave some room for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Demon fight. She who hangs out in cemeteries. I thought that was a cute little thing. I said, oh, he's sort of sweet in his little sweater. But she insists that they don't go there because she's traumatized. I'm upset. I get it, girl. You want to protect your heart. But, like, come on. We got to move on. I was like, I'm loving the parallels of Buffy handling the lore with her group of Scoobies. And, did I say that right? Scoobies. And Riley handling the situation with, like, his military guys. I was like, oh, yeah, there's parallels. Love to see it. Poor Spike trying to kill himself, low-key. Like, I was like, he was being dramatic with it. And then they're like, I guess we can't leave you. Them doing that so they have an excuse not to, like, leave him up to his own devices so that he has to be in the scene. I see what y'all are doing. I'm running out of time, but I thought the whole scene around the Hellmouth, going back to the blown-up high school, was wild. Like, the going in and out of the Hellmouth, the almost, like, falling in, the sacrificial fighting, it was all crazy. Giles was in danger, didn't like that. Spike's Americana accent, where he was just like, I'm just an old pal of Xander's here. Okay, never want to hear you speak like that again. Thank you, Spike. It was insane. Like, and Riley feeling embarrassed for how he fumbled. Right. Favorite part of the end of this episode was Spike realizing he can hurt demons, and truly the man is just a punk. He just wants to fuck shit up. He doesn't really care who's on the other end of that. And he's like, oh, well, if I can kick a demon's ass, then sure, I'll join you guys. Well, let's kick evil's ass together. He just wants to stir up trouble. And I love this for him. So a great 2 episodes. I got caught off a little bit at the end there, but I realized I can add on a little bit more to this video. So here I am adding on. Something I also skated over earlier was we got a Faith mention, which we haven't gotten a Faith mention in a while. I wonder if that means that she's going to come back. I would like her to come back because I think she's an interesting character. She has a interesting vibe to the mix. They should wake her up from her coma, in my opinion. Characters I think they should bring back: Oz and Faith. It's a list of 2 people. Yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to watch 10 and 11 back to back. I know that originally when it aired, episode 10 aired first, then there was a hiatus, and then episode 11 was the first episode back from the hiatus. I'm lucky, I just get to watch them whenever. And at this point in time of filming this video, that is the last episode of Buffy I have watched. So oftentimes I'll sit down and I'll batch film these. I'll watch a bunch and then I'll batch film them and release them. Right now, though, my roommate and bestie is on a trip, so I'm not watching anymore until she comes back. We did watch the next 2 episodes of Angel, episode 10 and 11, which I'm going to make a separate video about. But beyond that, I am caught up, so to speak, and will hopefully be watching more as soon as she gets back. I'm going to try to schedule in more time to watch these because I'm really enjoying it and I want to know what happens. And I'm really enjoying the discussion under my videos about what y'all think of the show. And I like seeing all the different opinions, and it's really interesting. I'm learning a lot from you guys. So thanks for sharing your thoughts with me. Thanks for having me in these spaces, and I'll catch you on the next one.